and we are live. Welcome back to Little Miss 20-something with me, your host, Caitlin Sully. It's been a while, honestly. I meant to put out a podcast last week, but I was gonna record like a vlog podcast, and I did, but I couldn't figure out how to get the video from my phone uploaded to Spotify, like the website I use to put out podcasts. So I'm working on that podcast still, and I need to edit it too. But it wasn't letting me like put it in the software I use to upload and edit in, so I apologize for the inconsistent posting. I'm also new to podcasting, so please be patient. This is going to come out before my WMU Alumni weekend one, so I guess this is episode number 4, guys. It's Tuesday, October 24th, while I'm filming this. This is going to be hopefully our first visual podcast. It's going to go on YouTube too for the visual watchers. It's a gorgeous day. The sun's just getting ready to set. Also for visual viewers, my hair is like neon Ariel red right now. I'm sure a lot of people are like, what the hell, Caitlin? That looks pretty wild, maybe pretty awful, depending on whose opinion you're asking. Yeah, guys, I'm not too happy about the hair either. I clearly did not want, well, maybe not clearly because I've kept this hair for a while. It's been like a week. But, yeah, I wanted to dye my hair after a certain life event happened. And whenever I feel like something big happens and it changes my mental state drastically, I just want a change, whether that's like a nose ring, a cartilage ring, or like dyeing my hair. I want to change something, and I want to change it ASAP Rocky. I'm not patient, and I'm very cheap. So I asked my good old pal, Michaela, how much it would cost me to get my hair dyed with her hairdresser. She said $350. I don't know about you guys, but to me, $350 is an absurd amount of money to drop on doing your hair. Mind you, that $300 would probably guarantee me a good hair look. I cannot guarantee that to myself for doing it the low cost of free. So originally my plan was go to Emma. Emma's one of my best friends. We've been friends for a few years now. I actually met her through Michaela. They've known each other since they were like 3 or 5 or something. I don't know, way back. Anyways, I digress. I originally went to get my hair done by Emma after I had already stripped my hair and dyed it myself in the bathroom of my house. I stripped my hair twice. So it was then like a light brown orangey color. I dyed it with the color I wanted, or thought I had wanted, from the hair dye at Sally's. After I dyed my hair was the exact same color it was before I dyed it. So I was pretty livid that it was literally just dead the same. Like, I would have rather left it just stripped than have it dyed the exact same color. So it was so pointless. I was infuriated. Anyways, the very next day, I decided I was gonna have Emma dye my hair. And we did that, but when we went to the store, we only bought 1 box of bleach. Guys, I have a lot of hair, and I know it doesn't always look like it, but I have a lot of hair. It's very thick. There's lots of layers to it. It's a lot of hair to dye. You need more than 1 box of bleach to bleach it. Couldn't tell you why we only bought 1 box of bleach and 2 boxes of dye, but that's what happened. So then my hair did not bleach as much as it needed to. to get dyed. So then when I dyed it, it was just a slightly lighter version of what I had before. And I was still yet to be satisfied with how my hair was looking. Naturally, I decided it was time to take things into my own hands. And this is where I messed up. I decided before work last Wednesday, I work from home on Wednesdays. I decided before work I was going to wake up early and do the first round of bleach to bleach my hair. This is where I went wrong. I'm already rushing because it's before work. Now, I don't have to go on video calls, so I knew no one was going to be seeing whatever trash pile was going to become my hair during this process. But the first round of bleach, my hair, it pretty much lightened a lot at the roots and like a little bit on the other parts, but it was just so unevenly bleached. I did round 2 after work. I had an interesting look going, that is for sure. I had like bleach blonde, almost white roots, and then everything else was just darker. And so I got a nice auburn, like dark cherry red color from the store. Clearly, that's not how my hair turned out because I'm looking like Princess Ariel out here, and that's not really what I wanted at all in the slightest. But you know what, it is what it is, and I don't want my hair to fall out, so I'm trying to wait it out at least a full 2 weeks if we can to dye my hair again, but honestly I don't know if I'll last that long, so we'll see. It's really a play it by ear situation. What's new in my life? I guess I'll do a little 2 weekend recap because it's been a while. So 2 weeks ago I went up to Western for Alumni weekend and for my dearest friend Amber, lover, bestie boo. She's from my hometown too, which is so wild. I'll get into that later. But it was Amber's 22nd birthday. So Abby had to drive up to the zoo to celebrate my girl. And that was a blast. It actually rained the entire period before our alumni game. And I truly love my friends at Western. Got a lot of love. But they're all so slow with time. And not to say I'm a fast person, because don't get me wrong, if you ask just about any of my friends, they'll be like, Caitlin's always late. That's true. I am late quite often, and I can't deny that. But I'm also not 3 hours late or 1 hour late. Usually it's like 10-15 minutes late. And I feel like that's honestly not that bad. Like, don't worry guys, I'm working on it. But when you're with a bunch of late friends, it's hard to be on time. And I do this to myself every time I go to Kalamazoo. I have this plan in my head of exactly how it's gonna go, and it never turns out that way because that's not how life works. You can't schedule it all. So we were just so massively late. We didn't end up going to the game. It was raining all day. It was yucky. Amber was like cleaning the house all day on her birthday. And then we went out to the bars and we had a cute little pregame and dinner and pictures at Amber's, and I got to like actually meet her roommate, Maddie, who's queen, slay, gorgeous. She got this like really cute septum ring, and honestly I wish I could work a septum ring like she did because she eats it and my mom calls me a bull when I wear my fake one. Anyways, I digress. On to the rest of the weekend. That night, me and Aubrey ended up having our first ever fight. That's some freaking tea. Shout out to her boy toy for spitting directly into my eye. You'll be getting a bill from me if there's something wrong. I'm going to the eye doctor next week. I'm not gonna get into that because that's still, I would say, a touchy situation for me. I'm still a bit heated at the fact I was spat on. Don't get me wrong, I spit on him first, but he told me to. Not once did I say, spit on me. If you're gonna annoy me and be overly drunk and then tell me to spit on you, don't get mad when I actually do. You know who I am. You know I'm the type of person to do it if you say do it. So I'm not sure why he was upset when I did it. On you. That's just so not on me. Anyways, on to the rest of the weekend. I ended up waking up at, so we didn't go to bed until 3:30 because after we got home from the bar at 2:30, Amber tried mediating me and Aubrey's fight for an hour on her birthday, which inevitably went nowhere because I think I was right, and I still believe that. But I guess for me, the reason it was such a big deal is because for me, disrespect is such a big thing. If you disrespect me, that's like my number one thing. That's my number one thing you can do to piss me off. It's disrespecting me. And like, it's not even with words, it's like your actions. Like, you could like, all my friends know I say some of the meanest things to them, but it's like in a joking, endearing, loving way. Like, we just play fight, and that's kind of our thing. But anyways, yeah, that's why I was so upset about it. Disrespect's a big thing, and when I feel like I'm getting disrespected and they don't understand the problem, that's the biggest thing for me. When you don't understand your fault, I can't understand where you're coming from, because if you don't even try to understand my perspective of things, yeah. Anyways, on to the weekend. I got 3 hours of sleep that day because I woke up at 6:30 because I wanted to be there for Amber's birthday. But on Sunday was oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I love her. My baby cousin's baptism. My cousins, Michael and Ann, cousin Michael and his wife Ann just had their first baby. She's so beautiful, guys. Like, gorgeous. I'll try and put in a photo, if I can, into the YouTube video, the visual. But she's like literally just perfect, gorgeous. Her name's Ella Sully. Lisa Sully. I love her. Like, I almost teared up when I was holding her because I haven't held a baby since I was probably in high school, like beginning of high school, and it's just been so long. And there's something about holding like a newborn baby. I mean, she's not newborn, she was like a month old, but it was my first time meeting her, and she's still like small as hell. Like, she's a baby, she's a month old. And it was so beautiful and magical. Like, holding Ella was almost like going to Disneyland. Like, I just felt the magic, you know? I mean, if you know, you know. If you don't, you won't. But that was really awesome. And even though it sucked waking up so early and running on 3 hours of sleep and not eating breakfast or lunch that day, I was glad to do it for her. I was glad to do it and make it so I could be at that baptism and support them and Ella. And I'm like so excited to like watch her grow up and just become a person and find herself in this weird, crazy, beautiful world. So that was honestly amazing. It was really good to see all my family. Yeah, I love my family. They're great. I have 4 cousins. 3 out of the 4 of them are married. Elizabeth just got married this summer, actually. Like, August? Yeah, I guess it was a couple months ago. Loved their wedding. It was on Mackinac. It was so pretty. And then they went to Alaska, I think, on their honeymoon. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. It gave Iceland vibes. And when I was seeing their pictures before my Iceland trip, it was making me jealous because I was like, bucket list, now added. Anyways, yeah, I got 4 cousins, Mary, Michael, Danny, and Elizabeth, but age-wise, it's Mary, Michael, Elizabeth, and Danny. And Danny's the closest to my age. He's 23. We're 11 months apart. Yeah, they are all married except Danny, and Danny's got a girlfriend of like probably longer, like 4 years. Him and Emily have been dating a while. Love her. Emily's so much fun. She's great. I digress. Into the next weekend. I didn't really do anything that week, like during the week. I mean, I just kind of work and then go to the gym. Sometimes I'll hang out with friends, but it's been a minute, so I don't know if I hung out with anyone during that week. I feel like I didn't. But on to last weekend was Kendall's birthday and Everything Always in East Lansing, which is a rave for those of you that aren't ravers and don't know what Everything Always is. It's a rave with John Summit and Dom Dalla. It was a magical experience, electric, fun, like just all around blast. I went with Anna. Her name in my phone's Anna Banana because I think that's the contact I was sent by Catherine. But I met her through Catherine, my best friend of 8 or some years. And I also went with my friend Maria. She's such a cutie pie. We became friends actually because of Bumble BFF. So shout out Bumble BFF. That actually works. I love Maria. We've hung out so many times and she's always a blast. She's such a good dancer too. I honestly think Maria might be my favorite friend to dance with because she's just like, I don't even know, just like a fun person. And she's like a fun dancer. Like, you know when you see those people on the dance floor and you're like, dang, you just look like a fun person. That's her. That is Maria. She headbangs with me. She goes along with my weird dance moves. But anyways, we dressed up as grannies to go to Electric Forest. Oh my gosh, I'm tripping today. Electric Forest. No, we didn't go there. That's in the summer. I want to go there next year. Anyways, we dressed up as grannies for Everything Always. I had a light up cane and I brought a bag with the bag had 2 full cans of corn in it. Mind you, me and Anna, the first time we met, a corn bit was started because we were at a house party after the bars and her and Catherine went in the house to find food or something. They were using the bathroom and then came out and were hungry or something. I don't know or remember the whole story. But they came out with a can of corn and we ended up eating corn all night. And like no one really thought it was that weird. So I specifically, but she of course is obviously, we started this corn bit. It's like a bit now. So we brought 2 full bags of corn to Everything Always. Let me just tell you, there's an empty bag of corn in my car right now with a spoon that probably has 3 STDs on it because we use the same spoon from everyone. And guys, I realize that is so disgusting and foul and just icky all around, but you know what? I think it's a pretty funny bit. We got all of these guys to eat corn from our hands, not from our hands, but like spoon fed to them. I airplaned it for a number of them. I was called Grandma, Granny. I had a lot of names called to me at Everything Always, but it was a good time. Just the music. I love John Summit. He's like honestly one of my favorite like EDM house artists. And I just watched, sorry guys, hair got in my mouth. I just watched a podcast with him and the Nelk Boys today, and that was like super interesting just to hear how he got his start and everything, because I want to eventually get into like DJing and that kind of scene. I just want to do a lot of things in life, I guess. I think it's one of the biggest things I want to start working on in the new year. I think in 2024 I'm gonna buy like a DJ switchboard or whatever, and then like just dive into like the YouTube videos and tutorials and all that sort of stuff and see if I can start like producing and mixing stuff, because I think that'd just be so much fun. Like I love listening to it. I think it'd be even cooler to be able to produce some of my own content. So I want to work in that in 2024. What else do I want to do? I'm going to be doing my first bodybuilding show in 2024. I don't know if I ever said this on the podcast yet, but I'm a bodybuilder in training. My brother's a bodybuilder, and I guess he technically got me into it. but I think I just wanted to do it because once I got into the gym, it was like an addiction, honestly. It's like the only addiction I've ever really had. And I guess I couldn't call it like a full addiction because I've fallen out of it lately, but I think that's just due to depression. Whoops. We're working on it though. We're working on getting better with that and taking time to heal our mental health. And so after Halloween, I think we're just gonna have some chill time. Yeah. Halloween, after this weekend, we're just gonna take some time to situate myself in my current situation and make my mental health more of a priority for me, and maybe get that hair situation fixed too. Completely lost my train of thought on that. But yeah, this upcoming year I want to focus on DJing and bodybuilding. Those are two of my biggest things probably. Oh, I'm also going to take a class to become a life coach, which I'm really excited. I'm going to do Jay Shetty's life coach course. And I don't know, I guess I wanted to do that. I've watched some of Jay Shetty's videos, and he's just such a not emotionally intelligent man, and he helps so many people and has helped so many people, and I've always been obsessed. I've always just enjoyed and loved helping people however I can, whether that's through my own experiences, giving them the best advice I have, helping people with my actions. I can't explain it. I just love helping people. It makes me feel good, and I feel like helping people helps you too. So those are my top 3 things I guess I'm gonna prioritize in 2024, which it's crazy to even say that. Guys, holy crap, the year has flown by. It's October now, soon it's gonna be November, holiday season, cuffing season. Guys, I'm still not cuffed, but that's okay, because we all love a chronically single girl, and that's me. We all have that friend that can never get a boyfriend. Guys, I'm that friend for you if you don't have that one yet. And I think today, for the rest of the podcast, I kind of just want to talk about, oh my gosh, I completely forgot Kendall's birthday. Okay, I'm going to do a quick recap on that because I already touched on everything always, and I don't want to skip over Kendall's 22nd birthday. Okay, happy birthday, Kendall. Love you dearly. Bestie boo. Kendall had a theme for her party, which was so much fun. Love a good themed party. If you guys don't know me, I love dressing up, so theme parties are totally my thing. So she did a Coachella themed party where we all dress up as someone from Coachella. So Kendall was just classic sexy birthday girl. She was no one, because who could live up to that? I was Becky G in her little blue cowgirl outfit. I'll post a picture of me and mine. Avery, I love Avery's outfit. She absolutely ate it up. Slayed queen. She was Tana Mojo. I love Tana. Tana's my icon. I listened to probably 5 hours of Tana today at work. That's how much I love her. And then Aubrey was Gigi Hadid. I gave her that idea. She wore a cute little white flowy dress with a slit in it, and a colorful bandana. Not a bandana, but a headscarf, I guess. And so that was cute, and it was a lot of fun. It was in GR. I touched a bald man's head, touched a couple mustaches. It was a solid night. I think that's also a couple of my bits. I think it's so funny when I'm going out just to play impractical jokers in real life. But my impractical jokers is seeing how many bald heads and mustaches I can touch. Because just the boundaries people let you cross. It's the things people will let you do to them boggles my mind to this day. Just people will let so much happen and not even question it. It's just kind of wild, and I think it's fun to do at the bar because everyone's like, what the hell? You want to touch my head? Sure. if someone's coming up to me and asking to feel my hair, I'm gonna be like, why? I'm gonna question it at least, I would think. But anyways, had a great time at Kendall's birthday party, had a great time at Everything Always, had a blast up at Western besides that minor fight that lasted about a week between me and Aubrey. We're good now, guys. Back onto chronically single me. Yeah, guys, I've been chronically single officially. I've never had a boyfriend unofficially. I have a lot of exes. Unofficially, I have one primary ex. But I feel like most people that know me know about him, so I don't really care, and I'm gonna talk about that because I think it's funny, and I know he'll never listen to this. Maybe his frat brother as well. I don't know. He's in a frat. I'm widely known throughout the frat because I have also talked to a couple of his brothers. And I would just like to put it out there, all the girls that homie hop, that's not on you. That's on him for not checking his homies. And I guess I'll talk about a funny little thing I did after we were over. After I was done with all of them, the trio of them, right before I graduated, I was bored, honestly. I go through periods where I'm just bored with my life and like my love life. So I need to do something to spice it up. So I decided to create a survey to send to all the men I have ever talked to during my time at Western. Let me just read you what the survey says when you initially get the link. It says, Caitlin Sheehan, feedback form. Caitlin Sully, feedback form. Welcome to a survey regarding our past sexual experiences and or time spent together. I wish you the best of luck with your responses. Here's to hoping you don't get blocked again. Clink. Mind you, I think I've been blocked by a total of one man ever. So if anyone was going to be getting blocked in that scenario, it was probably going to be me. But do it for the bit, do it for the comedy of it. I'm always going to be that girl. Like, why not? We're over. Why not get some entertainment and content out of it? So naturally, I had none of these men's numbers, or I was blocked by a number, and all of them had unadded me from Snapchat. So the only way to contact them at that moment was Instagram. And I was like, well, I'm gonna send it to all three of them. Why not make a group chat? Where could I have gone wrong more? That group chat. Now, granted, I still think it's funny. I recently I initially messaged just the survey in the group chat, said enjoy, that's it. Only one of them took it. But he honestly slayed it. It was super funny, his response. I'm trying to debate if I should use names or not. It's so hard if I should or not, because then everyone's really gonna know my business, and I also don't want them to get pissed at me. But I guess I'll label them Fiji 1, Fiji 2, and Fiji 3. And I know they're gonna hate this because this is so substantially worse, is labeling them that. But that's what we get for in the moment. So Fiji 2 took the survey. It was a pretty funny response. His only recommendation was don't talk to my other girls, because me and one of the other girls he was talking to became friends, and then we sent him a picture together. I thought it was quite funny. He didn't really get a kick out of it. But yeah, so they got a kick out of the survey. Only one of them took it. I'm gonna pause, take a brief intermission because it is about to end and I don't want to lose any content. Okay. Okay, and we're back. So, yeah, I really don't know where I was going with telling you guys about that survey, but I think it's pretty funny. They video called me together, and to make matters even funnier, number 1 and number 2 didn't know about number 3, because I told number 3 if he told either of them, I would kill him, which obviously not actually gonna kill him, but metaphorically, I would be livid with him. I guess not, that part's not metaphorical. Okay, anyways, I digress. I have not had luck in the dating world, but that's okay. Like, I got a late start to it. I didn't go on my first date until I was 18. I was a freshman in college. It happened at the VDC. My first kiss happened the summer before college on a cruise ship in Italy. That story I'll save for another time. But yeah, I guess I've been chronically single. It's almost like an illness at this point because I can't find anybody. But I guess that just means nobody can find me too. No one can, I don't know where I was going with that. But I'm talking to a new man now. Actually, a couple. The first one, I think he is objectively gorgeous. He's got a 6-pack, which is obviously a really good plus, but he's also like older than me. He's in school, he's in grad school. Oh my gosh, there's a man riding a tricycle around my neighborhood right now, and I just think that's so funny. Kill it, King. Okay. Anyways, he's in grad school, he has a job, like he's got his stuff figured out, and if you know me, you know I have a tendency to go for the younger men, which is not a good idea when your brain doesn't develop till you're 25. And I just feel like I have very set expectations for someone I'm talking to and dating, and this generation just doesn't love those expectations, I guess. So I have a date planned for next weekend. He's really sweet. He seems really fun. And I think he'll be driving like an hour to see me. So if he can make that drive, I can put in the effort. Guy number 2, I guess the other guy I'm talking to, also seems fun. Raver. He, I think, DJs on the side. I might be talking out of my behind, but I don't really know. But we just started talking. We've chatted a little bit. I wouldn't even say talking. Like, we've chatted. We've texted. And he wants to take me out, but I think the biggest problem with him is he has the same name as my ex. It's not my ex. So that's obviously a red flag as it is. Guys, we're not a fan of the J names. I'll give you that about my ex. It's a J. And it's a basic one too. But yeah, I have high hopes. If nothing works out with either of the two of them, I've decided I'm going to make a dating show and post it on YouTube and invite a bunch of men to, I don't know, I'm going to find an environment that I can invite like 20 men to. And I'm going to have like 2 of my girlfriends there to like co-host this whole, basically the Bachelorette situation for my YouTube channel and personal entertainment. And whether or not like I come out talking to a man from that, I just think it would be hilarious, and like I'm single, so why not like date around and get to know a bunch of men and like see what I do and don't like, because I mean, you never know what's gonna happen. Like, that weird guy that you used to be friends with could be the one, but you never looked. I have no clue. I'm just completely talking and it's going nowhere. But yeah, I'm gonna try and start actually going on dates again and putting myself out there, because you can't complain about something if you're not doing anything to actively change it. And I'm a big believer in that statement. I think that's been my like statement of the year of 2023. 2023 I started going to the gym. I just absolutely hated the thought of exercise, and that makes me sound so lazy, but I totally can be lazy, so I'm just gonna dig into that. Yeah, I hated working out, I hated exercise. Before 2023, I probably hadn't gone to the gym in 3 years, honestly. And I do like little at-home cutesy workouts, but like barely going to the gym, or not even going to the gym, barely exercising. There we go. So 2023, I decided I was going to prioritize my physical and mental health, and that meant actually getting my butt up and going to the gym on a regular basis. Little did I know I was going to become addicted and then want to become a bodybuilder like my brother. But honestly, I'm really not upset about it. I'm really proud of how far I've come. Like, you can see the difference from when I started, like, especially in my arms. Like, holy moly. I get compliments now when I wear tank tops to the bar. I'll get called like jacked by girls, but honestly, and as much as that is a compliment, I want to be complimented and told that I'm jacked by men. Oh, cute little doggy. A man was running with his dog, and I think he started running when he saw me podcasting, so that's a little bit awkward. Hopefully I didn't scare him away, but I don't think he lives in our neighborhood. I don't really know, but yeah, I'm gonna work on being single. I'm also just working on figuring out what I really want with my future. Like, I have a lot of ideas of what my future looks like in my head, but I feel like I just want to live like 100 different lives. It's hard to figure out what I want to do with this next year, because as much as I love my job, I work at a car dealership. I love my coworkers. I get lunch made for me. I can listen to my podcasts and music throughout the day, which is like just so nice. But my work doesn't feel meaningful. I do a lot of like just very non-interacting work. So I'm just doing a lot of like clerical, not even clerical, but like online stuff. I'm in Excel all day almost, besides looking at like emails and taking care of like my basic everyday day-to-day job duties. I do a lot of stuff in Excel, and it can get like a little boring. And I'm just not a huge fan of the 9 to 5. It doesn't work great with my ADHD, which I'm undiagnosed, but I'm 99% sure I have it. And I want to change the world, and that is such a vague statement, and I know that. But I feel like I have a lot of emotional intelligence, and I've gone through a lot of life that I can share and use my experiences to help other people, and I would love to do that. And I also I want to be like a DJ, I want to be a life coach, I want to be like famous, like I want to have a TV show one day where I like travel and help people. I don't even know, there's so many things that you can do, and I feel like right now I'm just so held back by like money. Like, currently living at home, I'm broke. My account just went negative today from me filling up my gas tank. Don't get me wrong, I have savings, guys. I'm not broke, not that down bad. But nonetheless, yeah, it's rough out here sometimes. And I want a big life. Like, there's a lot of life I want to experience, and you can't do that through this job. And it's a great starter job, but I just know I'm not going to work here forever. Obviously, most people don't work at their first job forever. But yeah, I've just been trying to like figure out what I want to do with this next year. I want to start setting some goals, getting my life organized so I have a good day-to-day, because I really fell out of that like day-to-day where I go to the gym every morning, I take a cold shower, I feel good, go to work, and then I go home and I have like a list of things that I can do to be productive and get myself where I want to. But I'm not really doing any of that right now. I guess I've kind of been so caught up by like my weekend activities, it like drags me down that whole week. And so I'm trying to take today and these next couple days to get myself in order before Halloween, and all of that chaos ensues itself upon my life again, because this weekend turned my car into a hurricane, and it looked like a natural disaster had just been through my car. That's how dirty and full of stuff it was. And when I say dirty and full of stuff, I mean like I ended up driving us to Everything Always because I was the only sober one and we couldn't get any Ubers, so I drove us there. Maria could barely fit in the back of the car. Anna was in the front seat with barely any leg room at all. And Maria had to shove that hurricane of my car over, the pile in my car over, to fit herself in, and she barely fit, honestly. It was kind of embarrassing. Not kind of, it was embarrassing for me. And I'm able to realize that my car is disgusting and needs to be cleaned, and so does my room. And we're working on that. We're working on prioritizing that mental health. But, you know, sometimes just the depression takes over and the chaos of life takes over. And we get lazy and we fall behind. And sometimes we need to give ourselves leniency and say, it's okay. We needed to take that chill time for ourselves. But you can't let yourself stay in that rut. You gotta get up and hit the go button and get shit done. Because you can't stay lazy forever. You gotta be productive in your life if you want things to change. I mean, nothing changes until nothing changes, like Theo Von says. Like, day one or one day, as The Rock says. I'm really just quoting my favorite people. But that's been like a TikTok trend lately, day one or one day. And it's honestly such a powerful statement. Like, you either start today or it's gonna be someday. Like, why not start today? And I think that's part of the reason why I just randomly started this podcast, because I've been wanting to do one, but I just kept putting it off. And like, podcasting is such an easy thing. Like, you can do it anywhere, anytime, with anyone, basically. So why not do it? So yeah, I guess that's it for today. Oh, I'll tell you guys my Halloween costume plans. So, like you knew, I already kind of dressed up as a granny for Everything Always. But that wasn't really a Halloween costume. That was just like, do it with the girls for the bit and like entertainment kind of way. So Halloween, I'm gonna dress as Maddie from Euphoria the night of New Year's Eve in that like sexy black cutout dress. I love it. And I got like the whole costume for that already. I got like Maddie nails and everything. I'm so excited. But I need to get like cover up for my hair, like that temporary root cover up. I'm just gonna spray it all in my hair to make my hair look black, because Maddie has black hair and my hair's neon right now. And then night 2 is what I'm most excited for. I'm gonna be the Mad Hatter. Aubrey's gonna be Alice. Maria's gonna be the cute little white bunny. Kendall's gonna be the Cheshire Cat, and Amber's going to be the Queen of Hearts. And we're all gonna slay, and I'm so excited to do the bar in that outfit. I'm also excited for Maddie because I feel like I'm gonna have a little Maddie and Nate moment, because my ex works at the bar. But honestly, I don't know if we're going to the bar because they're strict with dress code. I mean, mine will fit the dress code because I'm honestly going pretty conservative this year in my costumes. I'm going for more like fun costumes that I really like instead of like slutty. But I guess that's just aging for you. Like, you do it for fun and not to look good. Well, I'm gonna do it for fun and to look good. But you know what? I think you guys know what I'm trying to get at. But yeah, those have been my past couple weeks. A little chaotic, but nonetheless, they were pretty fun. And yeah, it's been nice catching up with you guys. I went on a few tangents, but I hope this was entertaining and you enjoyed. And hopefully next week I'll have a guest. I have a couple in mind, but I'm not sure who's going to be on it next. Might bring my little sister on the pod if she's interested. I love her. She's adorable. Love you, Aves. She's not my actual little sister. She's Michaela's, but I call her mine. My little boo-boo bear, my little chicken nugget. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna have a guest on the pod next week, hopefully. And thank you for listening. As always, tune in next time for episode number 5. Vlog coming soon from Alumni Weekend in Kalamazoo. And yeah, thanks for listening. Hope you enjoyed. Love you guys.